the hell's going on, YouTube? Let me get around Grandma over here that doesn't know how to fucking drive, but it's a bit of a slow news day, so I ain't got any really interesting news to talk about, but my YouTube feed today was full of fucking people shitting on the new Star Wars show or some shit. I'd say that's close enough. That's pop culture, so I was like, fuck it, I'll talk about that. I'm gonna be upfront disclaimer. I'm not watching that shit. I don't know if you're watching that shit, but my overall feeling is whatever the hell Disney's doing, they're fucking ruining all of their shit they make, basically. So, I mean, they haven't made good shit in a while, so I'm not wasting my time watching their garbage-ass new Star Wars show. And for me, I mean, it's sad, man. I grew up watching that shit. Star Wars was, I mean, still, one of my little brothers loves that shit. He loves the games and all the movies we used to watch when we were little kids and stuff. But we grew up, like, after it had all come out, so we basically got to watch it all as young kids. And, I mean, as little kids, Star Wars is sick as hell, so, I mean, it's awesome. Still think it's awesome. Love Star Wars. Not the new shit, though. Basically everything after, they made the 3 new movies. I'm not paying any attention to that shit. And I think the general consensus is they're not very good. People shit on the old ones, though, too, so who knows. It's a topic people get amped up about for sure. People got their opinions on their Star Wars, but I'm a person who likes it. And everything I've heard about this new shit, though, is it's awful. I mean, the lady running Disney these days, I'm sure you don't know what I'm talking about, honestly, unless you watched that new South Park episode when they were tearing her ass apart about it. Her name's Kathleen Kennedy, and basically South Park was just making fun of her because they're ruining everything. And throughout the episode, Cartman just keeps saying shit. He's basically playing her character, and every time they ask him how to make the movies good, he just hits them with, put a fucking chick in it and make it fucking gay. And it's like, that's pretty much what they're doing. I don't know if you've paid any attention to what they're doing. If you make the shows good, you can put whatever you want in it. You can have your gay characters in it. You can have female lead, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. So I don't want to hear that shit if somebody's like, oh, you don't like it because it's different. No. Have you ever imagined that if you just make fucking horrible movies and bad TV shows that make no sense and nobody likes, you don't just get to blame it on people being, having opposing views to yours. Maybe you're just making dog shit content and nobody wants to watch it. That's what it is. Nobody watches this shit, it's because it's bad. I don't blame them. Nobody watches my YouTube video because it's terrible. Hey, that's on me. That's not on them for not liking it just because I do a certain way. So, in my mind, that makes no sense. And I think Star Wars people lean in heavy on that because I see this new show getting tore apart mostly because of something along those lines, apparently. Like I said, I didn't watch it. But I've caught enough clips to get the general gist of what's going on and to know that I don't want to watch it because it fucking sounds bad. Something about basically there's a group of witches or some shit in the show, and they basically use the Force to conjure up a kid by immaculate conception, which is fucking, I mean, the premise doesn't sound too bad, but it's like, I watched the clip. You'll have to go check the clip out yourself. It's some of the cringiest shit I've ever seen. They're like chanting in a circle, and it's like, dude, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like I said, Star Wars, I grew up on that shit. It's awesome. I still love the old ones, even though, no matter how corny they are and all that shit, and then the nostalgia can at least outweigh that for me, but they're still pretty good movies. They're not the greatest movies of all time, but they're still pretty good. I even watch, like, the TV shows and shit, like Clone Wars, all that shit. It's made for kids. I'll still fucking watch it. I don't give a fuck. When I have my kids, I'll be like, bro, check this TV show out. Pretty solid. But the new shit they're making, I'm going to be like, just don't even waste your time. I watched a little bit of the newer stuff. I watched, Mandalorian, and thought that was pretty good. I don't even know where that ended. I just quit watching it because I got bored. Same with Boba Fett or whatever. They're just milking the fuck out of the whole Star Wars concept because that's all Disney knows how to do anymore is they can't come up with any new IP, so they just keep milking their old shit. And I'm sure George Lucas is fucking, I don't know, he's probably not feeling that bad. He made a couple $1 billion off of it, so he's not feeling that bad. But, I mean, they're literally beating the dead horse that is Star Wars. And at this point, it's a fucking rotted corpse. And they're still fucking whacking on it, dude. And like I said, it's kind of sad, honestly. It's like, where's the creativity? And that's, I feel like, this show, I mean, like, it's just another spinoff. I don't know. I fucking was talking to some dude on Twitter just bullshitting around. I just used my Twitter to just fucking randomly reply to shit and kind of just stir the pot. But they were talking about the new Mad Max movie that came out, and that flop that didn't make its money back that it cost to make it. And people are like, I guess, upset on Twitter that it didn't. And it's like, you keep making these shows and movies that nobody asks for or wants to watch. The Star Wars show is called The Acolyte, and I don't encourage you to watch it either. I mean, literally just search for the clip I'm talking about. Look for the girls chanting in the circle to basically birth this child through the Force or whatever the fuck they're doing. And it's like, I mean, it looks horrible. The special effects don't look good. It doesn't even visually look good, so... And then I just see clips of terrible story and shit like that. I mean, I watched all the last 3 movies they made with the girl as the main lead, and people are like, oh, you just don't like it because it's a chick. Nah, dude. It just sucked ass. Like, what are you talking about? What was the one they made that was a spinoff? Rogue One? Banger of a movie. Great movie. Female lead. She did a great job. What the fuck are you talking about? They did a good job and made a good movie. You made shit movies. You made shit TV shows. I don't give a fuck who's the lead. I don't give a shit if there's lesbian witches immaculately conceiving a kid through the Force in the show either. If it's good enough, I can ignore all that and just be like, damn, that was pretty good. It literally doesn't matter. I can suspend the disbelief if the show is good enough. But I feel like overall, I mean, shit's just not that good anymore. I mean, Game of Thrones was all that was like peak television, I guess. I watched the shit out of that. I like Game of Thrones. That's good shit. And the House of the Dragon show. I mean, HBO makes good TV, but I don't really watch TV and I don't really watch movies. But overall, I mean, it just seems like I said, I grew up on Star Wars. I grew up on regular Disney. I mean, fucking all the animated movies that were kids movies back in the day, I watched the shit out of them. I'll still watch them, bro. Mulan, still a fucking hit. Lion King, still a hit. I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be showing my kids all those movies. I'm not going to be having them watch the new shit because it's just bad. It looks horrible. And I know you might be like, why the fuck are you getting so amped about this? And it's like, why do you care so much? It's like, I don't really care, but it's more of a bummer that it's like, I look back on my childhood and I have these movies that were like staples of everybody in my generation watched these movies growing up. What are the couple? I mean, they're all Disney movies for the most part, but like Toy Story and all that stuff. There's a few. Finding Nemo, all these movies that were like, oh, everybody's watched that movie. Everybody likes that movie because it's pretty good. It's overall a good movie. Nowadays they're just recycling shit because they can't come up with any new ideas. Pardon me to take a little sip. Allergies are hitting me again today. But like I said, it's sad. It's kind of disappointing. I know there's people out there that are creative enough, but these big companies, Disney, you fucking bitches, they're just taking it. They're taking the easy way out. They're just milking this shit. I mean, they're making fucking live action remakes of The Lion King. Dog shit. I mean, it wasn't awful, but it's just like, we've all seen the fucking first movie. You just remade it with, you put textures on all the characters. Like, why the fuck am I wanting to watch that? I don't want to watch it. And Star Wars now, I mean, they're off hitting these weird spin-offs just so they can try to milk attention. Like I said, people ride or die for Star Wars. I'm not that into it, I don't think, but I mean, there's definitely people that love that shit. So they'll, as soon as they see they're coming out with anything, video games, TV, movies, whatever, they're gonna watch it, they're gonna buy it, they're gonna consume it, they don't give a fuck. So they just keep making as much as they can and not actually focus on making it good, which is just weird to me. Like I said, disappointing overall. And I wanted to just talk about it because, like I said, there was not a whole lot of news or anything, but it's a general thing though. It's not just Disney. Disney's really bad. They're doing a bad job. They ruined Marvel and all that shit, like the comic book movies. I thought those were pretty good. They're decent, whatever. I love Iron Man, but the rest of them, I mean, they progressively basically got worse and worse, I'd say, as they go. And then now they're ruined. They've ruined that. They've ruined Star Wars now. I don't know what all else they own, but every time they come out with something new, it's ruined. It's gotten to a point where I don't even get excited for new shit, where I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. this has happened in fucking every realm of everything. Like, I like video games. I play video games. New video games come out, they hype them up, blah, blah, blah. I don't even get excited anymore because it's never as good as it seems like it's going to be. They always ruin it somehow. The movies, they always ruin it somehow. And I was trying to think before I started the video, like the last time I was like, oh, that looks fucking good. And I went and watched a good movie. And the movie was Dune 2. And I think a lot of people like that movie. And I like the first one. I like that movie a lot. I like that kind of shit, sci-fi stuff. But I also read the books. And what do you know? The movies fucking rode with the books pretty well, I would say. From what I remember of the book. Because I read the book / listened to the book on an audiobook. Like a couple weeks before we went and watched the movie. So like they took the source material, made it better when it needed to be better for a movie, and then rolled with the general story that people like. What do you fucking know? And then it succeeded. But no, we gotta fucking take Star Wars and drag it through the mud to fucking get a couple more pesos out of it. Fucking shake Star Wars down for a couple more bucks and just ruin its reputation even more. I mean, I don't know what there's left to ruin. Like, I can't think of the last Star Wars thing that came out where I was like, that was good. Maybe that Rogue One movie that I'm talking about, that was like on the newer era. But I don't know how that ended up being good, but I like that one. And they just don't make them like they used to anymore in that way. And I feel like when I was like, between like being like 10 and 15 was like peak movies, I guess. I don't know what it was, or maybe they were just more enjoyable when you're younger. It's easier to watch a movie, like it, whatever. But the new shit they're making just kind of sucks, man. I don't know. Like, I remember being younger, the movies, like I said, Disney growing up, the Marvel Disney movies they came out with were all pretty good. All the movies I like are like older movies, basically, in like early 2000s-ish, I would say, probably almost all of them. The Batman movies that were fucking really good. Lord of the Rings was older, but I mean, phenomenal movies. So it's like all that shit is like in the past. They're not making anything new that's good. Like I said, Dune 2, I like it. It was pretty good. The first Dune movie, good. Those are like newer. But they're based on books that were written in the fucking, I can't remember, 60s or 70s or something like that. And they just stuck to the source material and did a good job translating it to a movie. So, I mean, great. I like that since they made a good movie, but it's not new shit. And it seems like they're out of ideas. And I don't know. I don't know. Anybody watching this video, I don't know if you necessarily care about Star Wars, but there's a million different IPs out there that they've taken and just fucking crashed into the ground. Whether it be video games, movies, I don't know, even like brands and shit, they're just ruining them. So it's so crazy. And I'd like to hear what you think. You got a brand or a series or like I said, a movie series or something like that, TV show that they just took and they ruined it for you. Because like I said, it's disappointing, man. You like having somewhere it's like, man, that was good. I even brought up Game of Thrones. I mean, they fucking ruined that shit at the end too. I mean, I don't know very many people that were happy with the way that ended. You took the best TV show of all time maybe and ran it into the dirt right at the end. Who knows why? It's like the creativity must be gone apparently. Like I said, that's sad. That's sad, man. I don't know. Hopefully they can turn it around somehow, but I don't think they're gonna. And hope you got something out of the video, a little enjoyment or something. Hope you can sympathize with my sadness of them taking everything I liked as a little kid, basically, and being like, oh man, this is dog shit now. Like, you're just ruining it. Thanks a lot, Disney. Fucking blowing it again. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.